Imagine waking up tomorrow. No alarm, no phone, no house, no city, no government, no electricity, and somewhere beyond the darkness, something is watching you. 20,000 years ago, every sunrise brought a question modern humans rarely ask. Will I survive until tonight? Most people imagine prehistoric life as a non-stop nightmare of hunger, fear, and violence. But strangely, many anthropologists believe that's not what daily life looked like at all. In fact, some evidence suggests our ancestors may have spent less time working than we do today. So what was a completely normal Tuesday actually like during the Ice Age? And why might the answer reveal something unsettling about modern life? When most people imagine prehistoric humans, they picture endless suffering, constant starvation, constant danger, constant struggle. It's an understandable assumption. After all, there were no supermarkets, no hospitals, no police, no safety net. Every meal had to be found, gathered, tracked, hunted, or stolen from nature itself. That explanation sounds reasonable, except for one major problem. Scientists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies discovered something unexpected. Many spend only a few hours each day obtaining food. The rest of their time? Talking, playing, storytelling, socializing, resting. Wait, what? If survival was supposedly so difficult, why weren't they working non-stop? However, this creates another mystery. If daily life wasn't constant misery, what exactly filled their days? To understand why, we need to travel back 20,000 years, back to a world that no longer exists. The world is colder, much colder. Massive glaciers cover enormous portions of the northern hemisphere. Sea levels are lower. Entire landscapes exist that are now underwater. You open your eyes. The fire has almost died. Around you, perhaps 20 or 30 people sleep nearby. This is your tribe, your entire world, your family, your protection, your future. Outside, dawn slowly emerges. The air is freezing. In the distance roam creatures modern humans would find almost mythical. Woolly mammoths, giant deer, massive bison, cave lions. Before breakfast, your brain performs a calculation. Not consciously, instinctively. Who is healthy? Who is injured? Who is angry? Who can be trusted? Most people never realize this, but social awareness was often more important than hunting skill. And that single fact changes everything. The first thing many Ice Age humans likely did wasn't hunt. It was connect, talking, watching, listening, sharing information. Who found animal tracks yesterday? Which plants are available? Where were predators spotted? Who needs help? Researchers believe information itself was one of humanity's most valuable resources. Knowledge could mean survival. One forgotten detail could mean death. But here's where it gets strange. Humans weren't the only species doing this. Wolves exchange information. Elephants exchange information. Dolphins exchange information. Many highly intelligent animals begin their day by reconnecting socially. Wait, what? The behavior we associate with human civilization may have begun long before civilization itself. However, that raises an even bigger question. If gathering information was so important, why did humans become dramatically smarter than every other animal? The answer begins with a fire. Many scientists believe humanity's greatest superpower wasn't intelligence, it was collective intelligence. One human alone is vulnerable. A group of humans sharing knowledge becomes something entirely different. Think about it. One person discovers a dangerous predator. Everyone learns. One person finds a food source. Everyone benefits. One person invents a better hunting technique. Future generations inherit the knowledge. Suddenly, evolution itself changes. Knowledge starts accumulating, building, growing, across centuries, across thousands of years. This is where everything changes, because a normal day 20,000 years ago wasn't merely about survival. It was about becoming part of humanity's growing memory. And then something changed. Humans began shaping environments instead of merely adapting to them. But the real answer is even more surprising. The most important part of the day wasn't hunting, it wasn't gathering, it wasn't fighting, it was relationships. Evolutionary psychologists discovered something fascinating. Humans evolved in tribes, not cities, not nations, tribes. For hundreds of thousands of years, social exclusion could be a death sentence. Being disliked wasn't emotionally painful by accident. It was biologically dangerous. That ancient reality still lives inside your brain. Every notification, every social media like, every awkward conversation, every fear of rejection may be echoes from an Ice Age campfire. Wait, what? The anxiety you felt this morning might partly originate from survival mechanisms built 20,000 years ago. But here's the contradiction. The world changed. Our brains largely didn't. Modern humans live in environments our ancestors would barely recognize, yet we're still running ancient psychological software. And that creates problems nobody expected. Thousands of people surround us, yet loneliness is reaching historic levels. Food is abundant, yet anxiety is widespread. We are safer than almost any humans who ever lived, yet many people feel constantly threatened. Why? Because the brain doesn't measure reality perfectly. It measures survival signals, signals designed for a very different world. 20,000 years ago, your tribe knew your name, your role, your value, your place. Today, millions of people can pass by without ever seeing you. And perhaps that explains something deeply emotional. Maybe what we miss isn't ancient life itself. Maybe we miss the connection that ancient life provided. But this insight reveals another mystery. Were our ancestors actually happier? Scientists still debate the answer, and that uncertainty leads us somewhere unexpected. For most of human history, survival wasn't guaranteed. Every sunrise was uncertain. Every winter was dangerous. Every hunt carried risk. Yet those hardships may have created something modern life sometimes struggles to provide: meaning. Because meaning often emerges when actions matter immediately, when your choices affect real people you know, when survival, community, and purpose are intertwined. Perhaps the greatest difference between us and Ice Age humans isn't technology, it's attention. They watch the sky, the seasons, the animals, the landscape. We watch screens. Both worlds offer advantages. Both worlds create costs. Yet this explanation has one major problem. Despite everything we've built, why do ancient instincts remain so powerful? Because evolution never aimed to make us happy. It aimed to keep us alive. And those are not always the same thing. So, what was a normal day like 20,000 years ago? It was waking beside your tribe, sharing information, maintaining relationships, searching for food, reading nature, watching for danger, learning from others, teaching the young, gathering around firelight as darkness returned. In many ways, it was less about fighting nature and more about belonging within it. Humans and animals were not separated by cities, highways, or technology. They shared the same world, the same dangers, the same rhythms. And perhaps that's the deepest revelation. The modern human mind was not created in offices, schools, or cities. It was shaped by campfires, predators, friendships, stories, and survival. Those ancient days are gone, but the brain they created is still inside us. Which raises one final mystery. If this instinct survived for thousands of years, what other ancient behaviors are still controlling us today?